Welcome back. Egypt participated in the Global Summit on Artificial Intelligence for the Public Interest in Geneva. And to know more about this summit and more about the latest when it comes to the artificial intelligence in general and in particular in Egypt, it's a pleasure to have with us here in the studio. We have Dr. Islam Tharwat, Professor of Computer and System Engineering. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning.
So first of all, could you just give us an idea about this summit?
Well, thank you for hosting me and to address this really important issue in Egypt, especially because now in Egypt we are emphasizing the importance of the AI, especially with the government agencies. So participating in this summit is really a good opportunity for Egypt to showcase their progress and development in the area of the AI, and to position Egypt as one of the leaders, and not only just take the technology, but to contribute to the technology and the community, and to make the internationalization and to develop important partnership with international organizations, especially like the ITU and UNESCO. This kind of summits is like an extension of what happened 2 or 3 years ago, especially for Geneva 2023 and Tunisia 2024, and it's kind of collaboration between more than 40 or 50 countries around the globe to discuss the latest and the challenges, and to address those kind, and to share best practices. And so being there as an Egypt, as one of the leaders in Middle East and Africa, of course, it's really important to be there and to share with the whole world our experiment, our experience, our development there.
Well, of course, every day we have something new when it comes to AI. So if I'm asking about what was new or what was newly discussed in this summit?
Of course, the newly discussed in this summit is, let me just explain what's kind of AI and kind of discussions go there, and what the normal people can hear. We of course hear about new AI technologies, new AI products, new AI tools, but the technology is not new. We have a new technology. The technology has something like limits of the technology. It's like the comparison between the car and airplane. Two kind of technologies. Each one of them can allow people to reach some places. There are different kind of cars, different models. Each year we have different vendors and manufacturers, and with different maybe accessories, but the technology, it's car. We need to understand what's the limits of the technology. So the kind of talks or discussions there is about the technology, not the tools. We are not discussing on the top management and the senior management, especially because there are many experts for the academia and the industry. We are not discussing ChatGPT or DeepSeek or those kind of, but we are focusing about the technology, the limits of the technology, the issues and the challenges, especially in terms of the infrastructure, especially in terms of the fairness and the ethics about the technology, the responsibility. So it's about the responsible AI, to ensure the reliability and the credibility of the AI products as a technology. So those kind of discussions are like scientific and more advanced discussions to address something that could be reflected for the whole people around the globe. So it's like global discussion between more scientific and industrial perspectives.
Talking about Egypt's participation, and you were discussing with me, talking about Egypt achieved a lot in this respect. Could you tell us more about the achievements or the Egyptian achievements when it comes to AI in general?
Of course, Egypt was realizing the importance of the AI, and it's not new, by the way, because Egypt was one of the top and leading countries in the region to develop our AI national strategy, and it was 2018, maybe before ChatGPT, 4 or 5 years. So it reflects how Egypt can be aware of the importance of the AI. We can see now many universities and faculties around whole the governments to develop AI programs in their areas, AI schools or AI, and finally we can find even the Minister of Education, it creates new curriculum and it focuses about the education of the AI and to deliver even for the prep or before that. So including the curriculum of the AI in the education, developing through our universities new and more like schools or universities or faculties. In addition to that, launching our second version of the AI strategy, which was launched in last February. So Egypt was realizing the importance of the AI. In addition to that, we have done many collaboration with several international companies and agencies. So the AI strategy of Egypt is focused about 4 pillars. One of them is to build the capacity building and to acquire the talents and to improve the skills of our people. In addition to that, it's really important to focus on the infrastructure, because developing in the infrastructure and investing there, it's really important for the AI. All of us maybe faces several issues during the crisis of the communication and the internet outage. So it's really important to address these questions, and I think that one of the major important investments is to develop and to build new data centers with new infrastructure, especially to host those kinds of applications, because at the end of the day, the AI needs a lot of extensive and hardware support. And so building our infrastructure, building our capabilities, in addition to that, to provide something innovative. So for the time being, Egypt also started a new center in the Ministry of Communication and Information Technology to support the government authorities and entities to build their own AI projects. So we have done a lot in different pillars for the human, for the infrastructure, for the innovation. So it's really important to emphasize.
Well, actually, I was just going to ask about this summit. How far or to what extent we can say it provided a platform for Egypt to address some of the main challenges? I mean, in addressing, for example, climate change, education, healthcare, all these sectors.
Of course, being there and to participate in those issues which is more important and to address the global, it's really important, because every country, every region has its own challenges, its own requirements and its own perspective. However, being there, we really need to address the most common challenges for all the countries together. So being the food shortage, by the way, the healthcare, the education, the climate change, of course, those kind of topics were really important and to be addressed, and to share our best practices and experiences, and to share our discussions together. Those kind of summits brings together people and maybe responsible people from all the globe to discuss those kinds of challenges. Of course, Egypt has great potential, and also it's our capability to support them, especially because the human of and the skills of the human in Egypt, in the youth of Egypt, is very important. And we can see that now Egypt can provide talents to all the countries, even remotely. It's not necessarily to be physically abroad, but being there allows us to show our experience, to show our talents, to show our capabilities, and to be part of the global community. So it's really important to.
What kind of preparations are there, or any means that are adopted by Egypt to prepare the new generation for using the AI? And of course, again, we're talking about all sectors, and this includes, of course, preparing starting from early ages. I'm talking about school, about universities, if there are majors for the universities so far.
Of course, we are doing a lot, by the way, and there is a great collaboration between Ministry of Education and Ministry of Higher Education, as well as the Ministry of Communication. So it's really, because there are a lot of programs that are launched under this umbrella of collaboration between those ministries. So we have several programs like DB and DC that's targeting the small. It's like from 8 to 80. This is the main programs we are developing. There are specific programs tailored for each category and to support them according to their requirements and needs. However, including the AI subjects and to address this one as one of the major track in the schools and the higher schools was I think the newest law which was just approved. It includes this kind of mandatory collaboration, mandatory inclusion of the AI subject in the curriculum. In addition to that, I mentioned that the Minister of Higher Education, maybe there are doubling the number of faculties which are concerning with the AI, and so there are many developed like professional programs under the umbrella of Minister of Communication, as well as including the AI as part of curriculum in the higher education and the education for the schools. In addition to that, the universities now are launching a lot of professional programs like for AI for everyone, AI for, especially through their continuing education programs in our. In addition to that, we have launched the AI Caravan in Egypt. The AI Caravan in Egypt is targeting the employees from the government to and provide capacity building program to them and to allow them to have hands-on training with AI and to have to develop AI models and to build them with their. So it's really a lot of opportunities and a lot of contributions in Egypt during this.
Well, many countries are developing their own AI regulations to ensure that it is used for the good. And of course, everything we have, it has its pros and cons. So can we talk more about what kind of recommendations in this respect that were taken? And of course, when it comes to Egypt, also would like to know what kind of regulations or measures adopted as well.
That's really a concern, by the way, and having this kind of discussions and being participating in those summits and conferences allow different countries to come together and to share their concerns, because unfortunately there are no regulations and clear regulations with adjusted arrangements to meet all the requirements, especially because there are many different, even in the normal law, it's not related to the AI, we can see different laws in different countries and different regions according to different situations. So having standard for the regulation of the AI and having unified laws, it's really a challenge we need to address, because the AI, for example, in Egypt we have lack of the AI terminology. There is no AI terminology in any of our laws, and this is really concern. The AI is growing, the AI is developing in a very fast and very rapid way, and we need to adapt in our regulations and policies in a like manner like that. So the world aware of this issue, and there are a lot of conversation, a lot of discussions about having some responsible AI to avoid the bias of the AI, to avoid to provide fairness of the AI. So there are a lot of values. We need to make sure that any AI development to maintain it, because the AI could be harmful, it could be misused, and it could be a tool. It's like the nuclear. It could be for good and could be for bad. So this is kind of the AI for Good Summit, and being there, it's really important, because we know how harmful it could be and how it could be misused and how it could be unfortunately, if it's available for anyone, could do a lot. Because being the AI, imagine the doctors who would like to have its opportunity to have remote clinic that doesn't need a lot of human and could provide good healthcare for people in rural areas. But what if any one of them can attack this or misuse the remote clinic. And the autonomous vehicle, having autonomous vehicle without a driving, it's kind of AI.
Right, so still we have many challenges, and maybe we can discuss this later. Dr. Islam Tharwat, Professor of Computer and System Engineering, always a pleasure having you with us.
Thank you so much, Ismail.
And with this, we come to the end of our breakfast show for today. Thank you all for joining us, and stay tuned for more coming up on Nile TV International.